lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joseph Parker, Martin Bakole. Get this. According to Team Parker, heavyweight showdown against Martin Bakole, not Usyk, is next. Because with a heavyweight showdown against Usyk now pushed back, Joseph Parker is lining up a gritty matchup instead against knockout artist Martin Bakole. It's smart, active, and dangerous. Is keeping sharp more important than waiting for a title shot? And let me counterpunch. The more you hear about, we heard about Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley, just recently, like hours ago. Now you're hearing about Martin Bakole, and what that tells me is they don't know who the hell they're going to fight yet. But the more you bounce around and the more you have other possible fighters, the less likely it is to believe one of them. It's almost like a guy that's supposed to be a one-woman man, and you find out he has another girlfriend across town. Oh, no, wait, another one across town. Oh, no, another one down the street. You know what I mean? You don't really, now it's hard to take that person seriously. I look at that now because it's like, okay, well, we don't know who he's going to fight, because the last thing we heard, or the latest thing we heard, was him in talks with Fabio Wardley. Now, to be clear, it wasn't confirmed, okay, about Wardley, but the venue was confirmed along with a date if it was going to take place. Now it's Martin Bakole in a rematch, and I'm like, okay, well, who do we have? So my best take on everything involved with Joseph Parker, I think, surrounds around other fighters that are marketed more or better, and I think it's who Daniel doesn't fight. So if we get a choice from Daniel Dubois and it's someone like Martin Bakole, at least we know it's not Martin. Or Fabio Wardley, or at least we know it's not Fabio, because as we all know, which is trending right now, Frank Warren, Daniel Dubois, Sam Jones have decided on a particular opponent for Daniel, his next opponent, and it's supposed to be big, massive, right? So if we know who that is, and more than likely it's going to be one of these guys. Okay, so if it's one of those guys, at least we can do the process of elimination by eliminating who Joseph Parker will end up with. Because I think that's what it depends on. I think, it's Joseph Parker will fight whoever Daniel Dubois decides not to fight. I think that'll happen. If it's not Joseph Parker, it could be Joseph, so we don't really know. And if it is Joseph Parker, that would be a good fight as well. It would be a fight for the reckoning. I could understand, though, Parker reluctant or apprehensive to take a fight with Daniel Dubois. Why? Because Joseph's in a better position. He's in a position that actually was stole by the guy that may want to fight him, Daniel Dubois. You see what I mean? So he may say, you know what? I don't want to fight Daniel Dubois now. He got his opportunity, and it seems like he's fighting me to get that opportunity again, which I want my own opportunity to fight for the belt. He doesn't have a belt no more. So I can understand that happening, right? So, but back to this Martin Bakole rematch. I mean, I would like to see Martin, what he can do with a full camp. We know he was off the couch, but we also know that Martin Bakole has issues with motivation and discipline. You know what I mean? So it may not matter how long they give him. He may not take that time to get prepared like he's supposed to. Because as far as all of us were concerned about Martin Bakole, he was supposed to be the guy that was always training, and you seen him dancing and all that shit, right? And his belly hanging out. But then he had us thinking that he was training this whole time, only to find out when he was selected as a stand-in for Daniel Dubois, he was 320 some odd pounds or whatever. He was over 300 pounds, and he was fat. So he pretty much lied to everybody and conned people, like Don Charles said, you are a liar. You lied about your weight. So thus you should not lie. You are not a child of God. Right? So that's what it was. Okay. So, I mean, we don't know how that will affect him or how he will come to the ring. We don't know, until he shows up, but he definitely has some issues with motivation, discipline, and probably a weight problem. Shit, you can't wait to eat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that is going to be good for Martin Bakole and which Martin Bakole will show the hell up. But you guys tell me what you think of this post by Team Parker. Another possible opponent, Martin Bakole, in a rematch. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.